Hi, I'm Eddie Obeng, and this is how I try and bring you different ways of getting stuff done, how to get stuff done. I'm Mr. How. Think of me that way. I'm going to suggest a performance enhancement tool, which is what we call a PET, which will help you think about the people who you engage with when you're trying to sell your services or products or offerings. So let's jump on Cube, and I'm going to share with you QualiBuy. It's a way of trying to make sure that you focus the right way on the right people. So welcome to Cube, where the sun is always shining. This is one of my favorite cubicles. Lots and lots of seating downstairs for listening to presentations and so on. The funniest comment I ever had in this cubicle, somebody looked at these stools, which I'm sitting on over here, and they said, they don't look very comfortable. So yes, so behind me somewhere, I have prepared, there we go. Okay, let's have a look and see what we can find. So alongside this image of the campus with the different places is QualiBuy. So I'll start over here. This is a gold mine. The reason people sometimes in sales would describe potential customers as prospects is beyond me, but I assume they're talking about, this is about prospecting for gold. So they're trying to see whether there's going to be any gold at the other end of this conversation. So that's quite a common idea, that you want to prospect for gold. But in reality, what you want to do is you want to give your service and your offer and your product to someone who will value it. And then in exchange, they tend to give you something back, sometimes money. If you have less of a sort of mercenary view, it works much better. But just using the language everyone else does with prospects, I'm going to get you to think about the next stage, which is they'll say, you need to qualify your prospects. And I don't think you should qualify your prospects at all. I think you need to understand them a bit better. That's what QualiBuy is about. It basically is asking the question of, where is the person who's likely to buy this from me on their journey, their mindset? Should we be talking to them? How do we get to talk to the right people? That's what you're really trying to understand when you're dealing with a new customer. So I've got the type of prospect, then it goes to the description, then the name, then the actions. But I'm going to start with the type of prospect. So sometimes, if you're really lucky, when you're trying to sell a product, you come across somebody who can make things happen. I call them a maker. It's somebody who can create new budgets from scratch. So if you've got something very innovative, you go and talk to them and go, right, this must be a priority, and they find a way to do it. Those are really useful people because they allow you to actually help them, because they're willing to veer off their normal strategy budget course and engage with you. Sometimes you get shapers. Shapers are people who are saying, well, we were going to spend all our time on Zoom and Teams, but now we're going to switch everything to Cube. That would be a shaper. Somebody can reallocate what they were going to do so that it matches a better outcome. Then you've got people who can actually only, call them takers, spend the money which is allocated to them. And that basically it's useful. They'll be able to get you there. You'll get something moving. And then there are fakers. And when we started Cube and it was all exciting and the old days, we got so many fakers. They kept pretending they had a budget they wanted, and they didn't really. They just wanted to come and play, and they wanted our attention. So that's quite a common one. And then there are wasters, where they've basically been sent by somebody who's above them to come and investigate. They always go back and say, no, there's nothing there, because that's a smart play. So this model I learned from a chap called Bob Apollo, who runs Inflection Point. So take a look at his stuff as well. But this is really quite useful when you're trying to understand customers. And this is the second pet to go with it, which is about spotting them and really understanding what you think the characteristics are going to be for each one of those. Do they say specific things? Have a discussion like this with your team and work out the advantages and disadvantages, and then do it on real people. Great. So that's QualiBuy. And I will see you again later, either on the Spotify stream or the YouTube stream, or you'll see me when you read the newsletter. Bye.